onto the curved surface of liquid at point of contact is the angle of contact. Okay, it is angle between these two. So you can see this solid surface and this is a curved surface. At that point, if you draw tangent, then angle between these two is called as angle of contact. Okay, after that angle of contact, we learn the characteristics. So listen, here I want to tell you angle of contact. So angle of contact for kerosene it is acute, mercury it is obtuse, okay? And for water it is 0. Now in the next article we have to learn the explanation why the angle of contact is acute, obtuse and 0, so that you remember. Now pay attention here. So if you see the kerosene surface is like this. So here we get upward surface as a concave surface and downward as a convex. Now in the case of mercury, we get this type of surface, convex upward. In case of mercury, we get this type of surface, that you remember. Now let's see the reason behind that in the next article. So the next article is shape of meniscus. Now pay attention, in that we have to discuss the concave meniscus, acute angle of contact. Acute angle of contact means, pay attention. So this is a surface in case of kerosene. So this is the concave meniscus. Upper part is concave, so it is called as concave meniscus. Now in that we can discuss, so this is the solid surface. And we are considering this molecule, kerosene molecule. So let I name that molecule as A. Then forces acting on that molecule A. So what are the forces acting on A? Maybe in chapter number 1, every time we learn the weight is the first force. So maybe here the gravitational force in the form of weight is there. Then force due to this kerosene molecule, that is called as cohesive force. Then force due to this solid molecules, that is adhesive force is there, as well as gravity means air. This adhesive force due to air is also there. Adhesive force due to the air, but that force we are considering negligible. We are not considering here gravitational force, adhesive force due to air. We are considering only cohesive force acting on this molecule of liquid due to other liquid molecule, and this solid surface force means adhesive force due to these molecules. Now pay attention here. Now we discuss this article. Now pay attention. I consider here this is a kerosene. So this is kerosene. Now in that I consider this molecule A molecule. Now you can see here the adhesive force. So Fa. So this Fa stand for the adhesive force, that you remember. So you can see here adhesive force Fa. Okay, due to these solid molecules. Then Fc. So this is the cohesive force due to these liquid molecules. This is cohesive force due to liquid molecules. Okay, means if you see the direction, this direction is very important. This direction is very, very important. Now pay attention. Now this adhesive force is acting in this direction. This is the cohesive force in this direction due to liquid molecules, and resultant of these two forces are lying in this direction. ठीक है, resultant. Pay attention. एक जर फोर्स या बाजूला असेल, दुसरा फोर्स या बाजूला असेल, तर रिझल्टंट इज टुवर्ड दिस साइड. वी ऑलरेडी लर्न द लॉ ऑफ पॅरलेलोग्राम इन द चॅप्टर 2 मैथमेटिकल मेथड्स. ठीक है, वी ऑलरेडी लर्न दिस चॅप्टर mathematical methods. In that chapter we already learned this. ठीक है, आपण हे ऑलरेडी पाहिलेलं आहे. ठीक है. Now after that, so resultant lies inside the liquid, inside the solid. हा झाला molecule A. तर असे भरपूर molecule इथे आहेत. So if you see, this is solid surface and this is the curved surface. So on molecule B, this is the adhesive force. So this is the cohesive force. ठीक है. Resultant is like in this direction. तर या molecule पण resultant force या दिशेने, या molecule पण resultant force या दिशेने. So resultant force lies inside the solid. So this molecule A is shifted upward. It creeps upward on the solid surface. Listen, this molecule A is creeps upward because all the molecule in this portion experiences resultant force in this direction. So this molecule A is going in upward direction. It creep upward. So this is the reason for the concave meniscus. If it creep upward, then we get curved surface here. तो जास्त कर्व नसतं कारण की अँगल ऑफ कॉन्टॅक्ट इज नॉट दॅट मच हाय. ठीक आहे. तर लिटल कर्व सरफेस यू गेट हियर. सो दिस पार्ट इज कॉल्ड एज मेनिस्कस. हा जो पार्ट है, दिस पार्ट इज कॉल्ड एज मेनिस्कस. नाउ पे अटेंशन. नाउ आफ्टर दैट, let me learn the explanation of this. So here, as I discussed, this FA adhesive force, FC cohesive force, त्यालाच AC पण म्हटलेले, R resultant force. ठीक है. Now pay attention, see this one. So this liquid molecule, means this is what? Kerosene. And kerosene, you know that partially weighs the solid. So kerosene partially weighs the solid. And we are discussing the liquid solid pair, means liquid which partially weighs the solid. Okay. Now pay attention. The adhesive force greater than cohesive force. Okay. Greater than cohesive force. Hence resultant force lies inside the solid. Listen, जे काय इथं लिहिलेलं आहे, the reason is, एकच तुम्ही लिहू शकता याला, adhesive force greater than cohesive force. And because of that, resultant lies inside the solid. लक्ष द्या, this explanation you can remember in your own word also. Listen, always the explanation also you can remember in your own word. ठीक है. After that, now you can see here, this A will slide along the solid surface in the upward direction. Pay attention. Because of this resultant lies inside the solid, this molecule A slide in upward direction. ठीक है. Molecule A slide in upward direction, giving concave shape to the liquid. Giving concave shape to the liquid surface at the point of contact. And because of that, angle of contact is acute. Listen, if you want to write the explanation in very simple word, I told you. So you can write like this way also. Okay? You remember here, the reason is adhesive force greater than the cohesive force. And because of that, resultant lies inside the liquid and molecule A creeps upward, giving the concave shape to the upper portion of the liquid. That's it. I hope you understood this one. Because similar to this article, we have to learn 3 articles more, which are based on the same: adhesive force, cohesive force, and resultant force. And if you see the previous board exams, this question is already asked in board exam for 3 marks. So this is very important. So in that, this diagram is playing very important role, because without diagram, हे जे explanation याला काय अर्थ नाहीये. So this diagram is very important. So which force is greater? So this adhesive. When you are drawing the diagram, this adhesive force, you can show little longer line. You can show little longer line for the adhesive force. आता हे तुमच्या टेक्स्टबुक मध्ये दिलेलं आहे, थोडंसं तरी मी लॉंगर केलेलं आहे या डायग्रामला. ठीक आहे. So you have to show little longer line. Longer means what? This adhesive force is greater. Listen, as compared to this cohesive. Now pay attention. One more thing you can see in a diagram. So if you see this diagram very carefully, so here you can see this tangent drawn to this curved surface. This is the tangent. The tangent and the solid surface angle is theta. So this angle is theta. And you can see here, this is the acute angle. Okay, now that's it in this point number 1. Now the next article we have to see. Second one, convex meniscus, obtuse angle of contact. And you know that it is in case of mercury, and mercury does not weight solid surface, that everyone know. Okay, mercury does not weight solid surface. Okay, now pay attention. Now let us display diagram. So this is the diagram. Again here, everything based on adhesive force, cohesive force. Everything depends on that. You can see here, so this is the adhesive force due to this solid molecule. Adhesive means between the different molecules. A molecule is the liquid molecule and his solid surface. So different molecule force means adhesive force. Okay? And this liquid molecules means maybe mercury here. So it is mercury. Mercury molecules exert a force on A, and that force is the cohesive force. A little longer line here. So longer line for cohesive force, it means that this cohesive force is greater than adhesive. So simple conclusion, cohesive force greater than adhesive force. And because of that, resultant lies inside the liquid. You can see here resultant. We can draw here parallelogram also. So this is the resultant. So it resultant lies inside the liquid. It means that, pay attention, if this is the shape of the liquid, ठीक आहे, on this molecule A, resultant force is in this direction. या molecule वर पण या दिशेने, all the molecules are pulled towards this direction. तर आपल्याला शेप कसा मिळणार आहे? Convex shape. We get the convex shape. Convex upward. So if you see from the downward, it is concave. So convex upward. That you remember. So convex meniscus. Meniscus means the upper portion. That you know, remember. Okay. Now let's see the explanation here. So pay attention in the explanation. I will explain this. For a liquid which do not weight, sorry, do not weight means mercury. You know that if we put anything in the mercury and taken out, it is dry. As mercury is liquid, then also it is dry because mercury does not weight any solid. So this adhesive force, so here I mention it by AP, but you can use FA also, exerted by solid molecule must be less than the cohesive force. Means here adhesive is lesser. So this adhesive force is less than this cohesive force. Okay? Then after that, hence resultant force lies inside the liquid. So you can see as cohesive is greater here, therefore the resultant lies inside the liquid. Hence molecule A will slide downward. It coming downward because the downward force is acting on this molecule. So downward direction, giving the convex shape. So if the convex shape you get here for the upper surface, then definitely the angle of contact is obtuse. So that's it. This explanation also you can write in your own word. Actually, तुम्हाला आजचं लेक्चर झाल्यानंतर नोट्स मी पाठवेल. This explanation you can write in your own word. Okay, that's it. Only this magnitude of the force you have to discuss, and because of that, resultant lies inside the liquid and molecule A creep downward or slip downward, you can say, and it gives convex meniscus. So that's it in this article. I hope you understood why we get the obtuse angle of contact. So everything is depends on the component diagram. Okay, next one. So next is zero angle of contact. Now you know that in case of water, pure water and not water word only. So pure water. In case of pure water, the angle of contact is zero. Now let's see the diagram here. So you can see this diagram very carefully. So in that case, so this adhesive force is very larger than the cohesive force. So cohesive force is negligible here. Pay attention. Cohesive force is negligible. So if you see the diagram very carefully, the cohesive force is not shown in the diagram. So why the cohesive force is not shown? The reason is cohesive force is negligible. So we can say in simple word here. So this adhesive force is very large as compared to the cohesive force. Or cohesive force is negligible. So if this molecule A experiences very large adhesive force due to this solid, ठीक है? So this molecule, हा जो molecule है इकडे stick होईल, ठीक है? It gives a flat surface to the liquid. It gives flat surface to the liquid. तर रिझल्टंट कोणत्या बाजूला असेल? इकडच्या बाजूला कुठे फोर्सच नाहीये. So definitely the resultant force is in the same direction of this cohesive adhesive force, adhesive and resultant having a same direction. So this surface is plane surface, and if the surface is plane surface, obviously we get zero angle of contact because इथे curve surface मिळत नाहीये. एकदम plane surface असं या टाइप मध्ये. We are not getting any curve surface here. So एकदम आपल्याला या टाइपचा surface मिळतोय. And if you try to draw tangent, this tangent is coming along the solid. So here zero angle of contact. Now pay attention. Let's see the explanation of this article. ठीक. Just wait. Huh? ठीक है. Now pay attention. So here this adhesive is very large. Now let I explain this one. For a liquid which completely wet the solid surface, means water basically, pure water, highly pure water. Okay. In this case, liquid molecule near the contact region are so less, means few molecule only. You can see in upward portion only a simple A molecule we shown. So cohesive force here negligible. Cohesive force is negligible because this molecule, liquid molecules, other liquid molecules are very less, or we can say that zero. Therefore, the net adhesive force itself a resultant force. म्हणजे जे काय adhesive force असेल तेच resultant force आहे. And because of that, we get a plane surface here. Okay? And therefore, the tangent is along the wall of liquid and the angle of contact is zero. Okay? The reason I explain it again. So here, the molecule A, near the molecule A, so very negligible number of other molecules are there. If no other liquid molecule means cohesive force is zero. Okay? So resultant force acting on A is only adhesive force, which is very large. Therefore, so tangent is along the wall of the liquid and the angle of contact is zero. So this is the explanation for zero angle of contact. Now one hypothetical case also we have to see, which is impossible. So one case is hypothetical case जी impossible आहे, पण ठीक आहे तुमच्या टेक्स्टबुक मध्ये दिलेलं तर आपण डिस्कस करूया. अँगल ऑफ कॉन्टॅक्ट 90. ठीक आहे. So let's see angle of contact 90. So basically लक्ष द्या, इथे अशी केस एक्झिस्ट नाहीये तरी पण आपण पाहूया. दिस इज हायपोथेटिकल केस. So consider another एक hypothetical liquid. Still not a single liquid exists whose angle of contact is 90. Yeah? So I'm considering hypothetical liquid whose angle of contact is 90 degree. Now in this case, net cohesive force. is exactly at 45 degree with either the surface and the resultant R. Means pay attention. Let I show in diagram. So this angle is 45 degree with surface and 45 degree with resultant. So 45 degree with surface and 45 degree with this. Okay. And because of that, this resultant, you can see this resultant is along this surface. Okay. So if the resultant is like this, so you can say here resultant is along the vertical side, along the solid. The magnitude of, or we can say that it is in a vertical direction. आणि इथे लक्ष द्या कर्व सरफेस नाहीये त्यामुळे आपण काय म्हणू शकतो या सरफेसला आपण एक टँजंट वी आर ड्रॉइंग द टँजंट हियर. ठीक आहे, वी आर ड्रॉइंग टँजंट हियर. सो ऑब्वियसली द अँगल ऑफ कॉन्टॅक्ट जे काय आहे द अँगल ऑफ कॉन्टॅक्ट इज दिस अँगल and which is 90 degree. So this is the hypothetical case that you remember. Here in simple word you remember here. So here the means this cohesive force. The cohesive force is 45 degree with the surface and with this resultant. And because of that we get 90 angle of contact. Listen, this is a hypothetical case. आजपर्यंत याच्यावरती कधी क्वेश्चन नाही आलेला. जर आला तर ते लक्षात ठेवू शकता. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन इज, आता लक्ष द्या, ही हायपोथेटिकल केस जास्त काही तुम्ही लक्षात एखाद्याला नाही जरी लक्षात ठेवली तरी चालेल. शक्यतो इफ द क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड बेसिकली द very important, the first two, why the liquid surface is concave upward and convex upward, means case of kerosene and case of mercury. Because जर तुम्ही पुढचे दोन पाहिले, the next two, in that जास्त काही असं मेमोरेबल किंवा रायटिंग पार्ट सारखं काही नाहीये. Now next one is the shape of the liquid drop on solid surface. Now next article, shape of liquid drop on solid surface. Pay attention, let I tell you simple example. So if this is solid surface, so if we see the liquid drop in the morning, so you can see like this. So this is liquid drop. You get spherical liquid drop. ठीक है, किंवा mercury ठेवला आपण, if let I consider mercury. So mercury on the solid surface, you get this type of drop. The same drop we are considering, but the different liquid. Same shape, means same amount of liquid. If it is a water, like this. So water असेल तर असं दिसेल. Then angle of contact काय असतं? This is solid surface. And if this is a point of contact, if I draw tangent to this, so this is the angle of contact. You can see this angle is less than 90 degree, acute. But if this is a mercury, if I draw, this is a point of contact. If I draw the tangent here, tangent draw here, then from the side of liquid we have to measure. Then this is the theta angle of contact. You can see this theta is greater than 90 degree, means obtuse. Means here it is mercury and it is kerosene or water. Means drinkable water, not the pure one. Okay, we get this type of shapes. So that shape of the liquid drop, that article we have to discuss. Means this angle of contact decides the shape. Means if the angle of contact is less than 90 degree, the flat shape of the liquid drop, like this. If the angle is greater than 90, you get spherical shape here. Okay? So this article we have to discuss here. Now pay attention. Now I consider, you remember here one thing is surface tension is surface phenomena. See this diagram very carefully. This diagram is given in your textbook. Okay. The same diagram I am drawing in a different way. Only component diagram I am drawing. Pay attention before the component diagram. Let I tell you. So this T3 we have to resolve into two components. T3 ला आपल्याला दोन component मध्ये resolve करायचे. So this is theta. So adjacent to theta is T3 cos theta, and this component is T3 sin theta. This is T3 sin theta. I resolve this T3 into two mutually perpendicular components, T3 cos theta and T3 sin theta. ठीक है. Let I draw the component diagram जी तुमच्या टेक्स्टबुक मध्ये नाही मेन्शन केलेली. This is the component diagram. ठीक है. This is T3 sin theta, T3 cos theta. This is T1, this is T2. ठीक है. Now T1 is what? आता एखाद्याला प्रश्न पडेल T1 is what? You can see here T1, T2, T3. Let me initiate. Now theta is the angle of contact. So this theta is the angle of contact. T1 is what? Here you can see here T1 ची direction इथून आहे. It is force due to surface tension at liquid solid interface. आता इथे T1 आहे. खाली काय solid आहे, वरती काय liquid आहे. So it is at liquid solid interface. Now T2, you can see here T2. खाली काय solid आहे, वरती काय air आहे. It is at solid air interface. It is at solid air interface. Now T3. You can see here T3. इकडे काय? This is the liquid आणि इकडे काय? Air. So T3 is air liquid interface. See the diagram very carefully. ठीक है. T1 is what? You remember? Force. It is a force due to surface tension at liquid solid interface. T2 air solid interface and T3 air liquid interface. So you remember one thing is surface tension is a surface phenomenon. एखाद्याला प्रश्न पडेल, so it is related to only liquid? No, it is related to the surface. Surface tension is a surface phenomena that you remember. Now after that, next, if you see the equilibrium position, it is in equilibrium. So हा liquid drop काय एकाच जागी. It means that this T1 plus T3 cos theta is equivalent to T2. It is equivalent to T2. So this T2 and addition of these two are equal. Because liquid drop is not going anywhere. If this is a force, pay attention. T1, T2, T3, they are the forces that interface. Then liquid molecule is at rest. It means that it is balanced. And you can say that this T3 sin theta balances weight. Okay? T3 sin theta and the normal, that balances the weight. But that is not important for us. Now let me write equilibrium position. So at equilibrium, this T2 is equal to T1 plus T3 cos theta. So I hope you understood how we get this one. Now after that, I transfer this T1 to this side. So we get T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 cos theta. T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 cos theta. Only it's a mathematics only. Now we are written formula of cos theta. Cos theta is given by this formula. Cos theta is given by this formula, and this formula is very important. So this formula is very important. Now pay attention. Everything we have to decide by using this formula only. Now pay attention. You tell me how much is the maximum and minimum value of the cos theta. Cos theta maximum value असते 1. ठीक है. And minimum value किती असते तर 0. Cos theta is lying between 0 to 1. It has a value 0 to 1 only. You remember, if you see the natural cosine table, तुम्हाला cos 0 काय means cos 0 दिसेल 1 and cos 90 दिसेल 0. Means cos having a value 0 to 1. ठीक है. So एवढं clear पाहिजे. If cos having a value 0 to 1, जर मी consider केलं, if the cos having a value 1, it means this and this numerator and denominator must be same. Both must be same. Pay attention. इफ कॉस थिटा इक्वल टू 1, याचा अर्थ काय, T2 मायनस T1 डिवायडेड बाय T3 इक्वल असलं पाहिजे, देन ओनली कॉस थिटा इज कमिंग 1. Otherwise it is very difficult. In other cases, cos theta 0 to 0.0 to 1 च्या मध्ये, means 0 point something. If cos theta is coming 0 point something, it means that this T2 minus T1 is less than T3. ठीक आहे, याचा अर्थ काय, T2 मायनस T1 लेस दॅन T3 असेल तरच हे डिव्हिजन काय होईल, 0 पॉइंट काहीतरी येईल. ठीक आहे, मीन्स लेस दॅन 1 येईल. So that you have to remember while learning the cases. Now let I explain the cases of this equation. How we decide the shape of the liquid. Okay, how we decide the shape. So that we have to discuss. So article name is shape of the liquid drop. Now pay attention, see the case number 1. If T2 minus T2 is greater than T1. Then here equation, see this equation very carefully. In that equation, if T2 is greater than T1, the subtraction is coming. Obviously, it is coming positive. T2 is greater than the T1, means subtraction is coming positive. And this is the important condition. This is always T2 minus T1 less than T3. Then subtraction is coming positive. Subtraction is coming positive and the cos theta is positive. It means that cos theta is positive. If the cos theta is positive, definitely the angle of contact is less than 90. जर तुम्ही पाहिलं कोणताही angle less than 90 असेल तर cos of that angle is coming positive. You know that cos pi is how much? Cos pi is minus 1. Cos pi is minus 1. Because angle is greater than 90, then cos of that angle is coming negative. Okay. Means it means that if this T2 greater than T1, the angle of contact is acute. And acute असेल तर या टाइपचं तुम्हाला surface मिळेल. Diagram, you can see this diagram. You get this type of shape of the liquid drop. ठीक है. Means you can see in the diagram also. Again. Now next one, case 2. This is a case 2. Again, I write the formula of cos theta. T2 minus T1 divided by this T3. This is the formula of cos theta. Now pay attention, if T2 is less than T1, T2 is less than T1, then cos theta is coming negative. This subtraction is coming negative. So negative divided by any number is coming negative. Cos theta is negative. Cos theta negative means angle of contact is obtuse, greater than 90. If the angle of contact is obtuse, it means that shape of the liquid drop is like this. You can see in a diagram the shape. So this angle is greater than 90 degree. Okay. Now after that, the third case. If T2 minus T1 is equal to T3, means this and this are same, then cos theta is coming 1. The cos theta काय येणार 1 येणार. If this numerator and denominator both are same, then cos theta is coming 1. And cos theta is 1, it means that this theta is nearly equal to 0. Means angle of contact is 0. You know that cos 0 is 1. Okay, so angle of contact is 0. याचा अर्थ शेप कसा आहे लिक्विड ड्रॉपचा. So you get flat surface. एकदम लिक्विड स्प्रेड होणार याच्यावरती. ठीक आहे. Then fourth case. Fourth case is T2 minus T1 is greater than T3. आणि ठीक आहे, हे ग्रेटर असेल आणि हे स्मॉलर असेल तर काय इन cos theta greater